I was watching the news last night, and this story popped up on the news. It seemed like it's getting some recognition. I know a lot of you seen it by now. This dude is getting pummeled by some people in this restaurant. I don't know if it's a McDonald's or what type of restaurant it is, but it's some form of a eatery. And he's getting pummeled, and he's just taking it at first. I caught the beginning of the clip. It seemed like they was trying to put him out, and at some point they started pounding him out, and he just simply just takes it like, oh well, all right, do your best. And after they stop hitting him, he goes in his bag and pulls out a hatchet and starts threatening them, slapping a couple of them, tearing up the establishment. And this is why I say, man, there's crazy people out in the world today. It's not the same as yesterday, meaning times past, especially since that COVID hit. Once that COVID hit, man, it's a whole different world out there. Whole different world. People are crazy. And I work with the public. I'm telling you, people have gone absolutely mad. I was in Manhattan the other day, and I was telling brothers and sisters, look at the body language. Look at the spirit of the people or the public walking back and forth on the streets of New York. Look in their eyes. They don't look normal. They don't look normal. And even if you engage in a brief conversation with just a stranger, let's say, by chance, no one seems normal. This is part of the darkness that the Most High mentions in Isaiah 60. He says, gross darkness to people. And this darkness not just covers one particular nation, it covers all nations, all nationalities, all people. This is the time we're living in. And again, I'm a strong believer in making your home as comfortable as possible. Making your home as comfortable as possible. I say this all the time. Have a place to study, meaning study the word of the Most High. For entertainment, have your big screen if you could afford that, or just a TV, period. Netflix, cable if you can afford that. It all depends on your budget. But make your home comfortable as possible. Food, it's coming to that point where anarchy is going to be out in the streets. This is why people are getting guns now, because they see a breakdown coming. You got brothers talking about the purge is coming. The purge. Brothers get over the top, man. They think what's happening in the movie relating to the purge is going to happen in Chicago and various states. It's just a bit over the top for me. It's a bit over the top. I do see racial strife and war coming. I see that. And I also see civil war coming. Because when you watch the news, there's a divide between so-called white people. There's a great divide. And the lewd sexual behavior, same-gender unions is being pushed on the public, and the public is pushing back. The public is pushing back. But clearly, things are escalating, and we're in a different time now, man. I don't know if this is going to play properly, but it looks like a McDonald's. I can't tell. I can't tell what the hell it is. So it's just another day in New York. Clearly, it's in New York. In New York, they bat SH crazy. So apparently, he was acting up. And you never know who you're going to confront. Everybody is just not normal. You have to accept that in your head. So punching him in his head, and he's just taking it. He's looking at them. Yeah, okay, get it off. I got something for you. I got something for you. You can just look at him. You can look at him clearly, saying, oh, I got something for you. You can look at this dude and see he has some mental issues. This is not a normal dude. This is the point I'm making overall. A lot of these people are not normal. They have the spirit of the devil in them. They have the spirit of mischief. You see that a lot lately. The spirit of mischief. Just clowning around and just getting into mischief and starting problems. And it's not just on the heathens, meaning people outside of our race. It's in our race. It's in a lot of people. You don't know what a man or a woman is doing in their personal lives. I mind my business when I'm in the streets, man. I mind my business. I'm not a people person. I'd rather just be to myself and do me and observe. I'd rather just be to myself, do me, and observe. You know? Somebody say, oh, yeah, well, you're an introvert. Well, maybe I am an introvert. But, you know, that works for me. Keeps me out of trouble. Look at this nut. Look at this nut. Look at that. Look at this nut. This also shows you can't underestimate anybody, man. He's coming at them like, now what's up? You cannot underestimate anyone. Anyone. It also shows what excuse my language, what a bitch a lot of brothers are. Because, you know, they were tough and punching on him. And, you know, they don't want no heat from this dude now. They don't want no heat. They walked into a lion's den. Hear what the brother said? That's why I keep my knife on me all the time. It might come back to that. It might come back to that. Should we as men of the Most High and women of the Most High, should we walk with weapons? That's a good question. Should we walk with weapons? Knives. That hammer, if you know what I mean. Should we walk with weapons? I keep knives in the car. Big steak knives sometimes. But again, to avoid all this, because you could have a weapon. But what happens if you put someone to death with that weapon? Now you're in jail. You're trying to explain to the cops what happened. You walk right into Satan's trap. You're valuable. You're a valuable tool of the Most High and necessary to teach the word of the Most High. So if you have a weapon such as a knife or that hammer, that heat, now you're in this jail cell. You put someone down, or you hurt someone, or you might hurt the wrong person. So now you're explaining this to the cops, and not only explaining it to the cops, you're locked up, and it might go the wrong way. You might end up doing some serious time when you could have avoided the whole situation. A lot of times people with weapons end up in situations they could have avoided. People are crazy, and you can't look at things as just by chance. It just happened. Satan can easily send a dude like this to you to intimidate you, and your pride and your ego might flare up, or your anger might flare up, and you end up in a situation where now you're locked up. You can't provide for your family if you have a family, and you're just in a really bad situation, man. And she shook. Look at the girl. She shook, man. Look at her. Don't mess with everybody in the streets, man. This is why in New York, you mind your business, man. You can get shot. I'll step right over you and keep it moving, man. You get shot point blank. I just keep moving. That's how it is in New York, man. Half of New York is crazy. He's out now. Look at it. Now I don't know if they caught him or what. I don't know what happened with him. Oh, shit. I don't know what happened if they caught him or what, man. But yo, that's what it is, man. I'm telling you, man. You can't be in the streets like you were before, man. It's a whole different thing, whole new different world out here now.
Yo, Tanisha, good seeing you.
Wait, let me mute that. PC's acting crazy, man. But yeah, man. You have to be very careful now, man. Out here, you have to be very careful because the world is different now. The world is very, very different. I see crazy people all the time. Again, I work with the public, and I used to get into it with them, but then I fall back now because I look at them, and clearly you can see that there's issues with them, serious issues, to the point where it's not worth it. You're not gonna get anywhere arguing or going back and forth with people. You're not gonna get anywhere. Dave Chappelle. You're not gonna get anywhere with arguing with crazy people. You know. Look at this. This is 19.86% of adults are experiencing a mental illness, equivalent to nearly 50 million Americans. 4.91% are experiencing severe mental illness. And I believe that. I believe as time goes on, you're going to see more and more unstable and crazy people. Unstable, dangerous, and just possessed people. And I believe it's a form of the devil controlling these very souls. So, in my experience, and from what I see, it's best to stay home, man. Stay in the house. And I'm not saying be a hermit. Again, I'm not saying that. But if you're out in the streets and it's unnecessary to be in the streets, go home, man. Go home. If you like drinking, drink in the house. You can drink in the house. Why be intoxicated or inebriated out in the streets when everybody's crazy in the streets? I see no reason or justification or any just any reason, period, to be out in the streets unnecessarily. Go home. We in that time, man. We in that time where great evils are multiplying and growing and abounding in the world around us. And you can very easily get caught up into something that you don't want to be involved in. Hey, but that's just me. I'm out.